Hello everybody, welcome to a new video, and today we're going to be talking about something I don't normally talk about in both person and topic. This video will be about Christian Weston Chandler, if you couldn't tell by the topic, and his transition. Now I'll explain what I'm saying here at the end of the video, and it will make a little bit more sense. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. Now, if you don't know who Chris Chan is the creator of Sonichu. If you don't know who Sonichu is, then well, yeah, I'm just gonna let you look into that. I'll leave a video link we have in Chris Chan's past. If you want to look more into Chris Chan, or if you just want to look at Sonichu, I can find the books for you. Not bought from Chris Chan, of course, because fuck that. But yeah, I can find the link for them. The link to them for anybody who wants them. Now, this video will be talking about both being a femboy and being transgendered. Now, to give you a very, very brief definition, a trans person is somebody who does not identify with their biological sex. A femboy is a guy who cross-dresses because they like cross-dressing. That's it. That's all you need to know. There's technically more to being a femboy and being trans, but that's just the bare bones basics you need to understand what's going to be talked about. Now, I debated putting this in the timeline part or the Chris's early signs of potential gender dysphoria part, but I decided to go with timeline because it fits in better there. In 2008, Christian was experimenting with cross-dressing. That's the first instance we have of Christian cross-dressing. In 2011, Chris started to consider himself a tomgirl, which is another word for femboy. In 2014, he came out as a lesbian man, which I don't have the energy, I don't have the strength right now. Just don't ask. And in 2015, started going by Christine. And I'll be referring to him as till I see fit to change that because new information came out. In 2016, she did some DIY transitioning stuff, which at most was pointless, like subliminal frequency hypnosis and some dangerous like self-mutilation. Speaking of self-mutilation, let's just get into the next topic, which happens to be self-mutilation. Now, I mentioned Christian doing some bad ways of DIY transitioning. One of those things was getting a taint piercing and then letting it get infected due to poor hygiene, and then proceeding to cut a hole into his taint. I'm just gonna let that sink in for everybody and move on to the next part, because I have nothing else to say. That's just stupid. Now, before we get to the next part, I need to explain some gender dysphoria stuff. Now, there's a couple ways of feeling gender dysphoria. One is physical, which would mean your looks, your clothes, your genitalia, just a long list of things like that. Then there's social gender dysphoria, which is stuff like a dead name, wrong pronouns, stuff like that. And there's a decent amount of difference between these two, obviously, because one's physical, one you don't have to be physical, doesn't have to be physical. But I just wanted to explain that so people who didn't know understood, so they could understand my next point. Or not next point, but the next thing I talk about. Now, when the comic was showing off the twin sister and daughter stuff, people theorized three things. One, that she came for Quick was his twin quote-unquote sister, which, ew. Two, that the twin sister was actually him trying to show that he was trans. And three, I forget what the third one was. I don't keep that much of a track on Christian stuff, but that was two of the three most common thought things. So people would count as an early sign of gender dysphoria. She also, in like 2008, whenever the crusher stuff happened, made comments about feeling uncomfortable about her penis. Again, I'm trying to use the correct pronouns until time comes I explain the recent stuff, which, as I explained earlier, is gender dysphoria, but this could also just be someone not liking that their penis is bent like his is, hers is, but still, just people think these two things, as well as a couple of other things I didn't want to mention, are early signs of gender dysphoria. I don't agree entirely. I believe it's more of a... I guess the twin sister thing could be, but and the penis thing is definitely the thing most likely to be potential sign of gender dysphoria. The twin sister and daughter thing I don't agree with entirely. I feel like it's possible but not true. Now, recent anti-LGBT comments. There's only one that's really recent, which is the SLGBT, straight, lesbian, gay, bi, trans, which is just asinine. The point of it being LGBT is that it's the people who aren't straight, so it's like redundant to add straight. Redundant's that word, right? I believe so, so I'm gonna say it. I feel like you could have done this better. Like saying, oh, it's Pride Month, everybody should be proud. No, it's SLGBT is awful. Just completely and utterly awful. Don't do that again, just stop. Now, up until recently, I just saw Christian being trans was like, okay, that's okay, I don't care, it doesn't change that much. It's still Christian, it's still gonna be stupid shit posted every single day because it's Christian. Just change the pronouns I call her, or I guess I can say him now, him, and continue on my merry way, laughing at it, not interacting. But then, the tweet happened. The tweet that made me realize something. Well, I realized it before, there was a very good likelihood that this was happening. But, let's get into the tweet and then I'll get into my final thoughts and I can explain this better. Now it's time for the tweet. Everyone's favorite part, the part they've been waiting for. Hello everyone, my name is Christopher, or Chris for short. I'm feeling uncomfortable and nervous talking like this. I have been ever so observant over the years, as Christine has said. My view is on the youthful side. I've had some friends way back when my closest friends with Sarah and Josh. I spoke for a while, only a few weeks old. This is true. I remember Mom and I were at the best store that day, and I spoke to her. I came into this world with the memories from my past life with Merlin, but other stuff became more important. I also remember shouting as I was playing that day when the babysitter got really upset and locked me in that room. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking because the rest of this stuff will be in a more put together video later. But this Chris is treating being transgender dysphoria, whatever, like it's the ID. Like he has these alter egos that he can just switch into, which, one, is not how the ID works. Two, that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. He's doing this for attention. I guess I'm giving him the attention, so, you know, I guess I fell for it. I fell for the attention seeker ploy. But you know, that's just my take on that. But let's just go ahead and get into the final thoughts before this video is too long. Okay, well, my final thoughts on this entire situation, or not situation, but topic is, I think there's a good argument to be made for Christian being trans, but Christian is not somebody who has the mental capacity to realize what that means fully. Christian isn't as dumb as people believe he is. He's relatively smart, at least now. He's smart enough to know that without hate he's nothing, so he tries to do stuff that he knows might get him hate. Like, people want the old Christopher back, or Christian, whatever, and this is what's happening. You're just bringing back the old Christopher, or Christian, and yeah, he's just doing everything for the attention, in my opinion. That's just how people like him work. And if I think he's really trans, I feel like that's the actual answer people want from this if they're watching my opinion of this. No, probably not. He's went through transitioning, so if he's not, then he's fucked. But like, I feel like he's just doing it for attention. That's it. That's just sad. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all down below. I know it might be a better Christian video in the future. Not for a decent amount of time. I'm trying to get a backlog so I can make better content. So this is like going in my backlog. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.